Tonight, 21-year-old Christy Guzman is a free woman after the charges against her for the death of Wilson Hernandez were withdrawn. Guzman was accused of shooting Hernandez outside his Belmopan home during a heated argument with her aunt, Dalia Vellos. Surveillance footage shows Guzman handling the weapon just moments before the fatal shot, but the final seconds weren't captured. And that missing footage has left one haunting question. What made Guzman pull the trigger? According to Guzman, it was all in defense of her aunt, who she claims was being choked by Hernandez when she fired the gun. Her statement reads, quote, "Judge me if you must, and threaten me if you wish, but you cannot know the fear of witnessing someone trying to take the life of the woman I love like a mother. I hope those who judge quickly never experience this. I pray that no woman in your family is ever abused. God is my biggest witness, and only He knows the truth, and He was and will always be my defense." End quote. Hernandez's mother, Blanca Hernandez, was just a few feet away, inside the home at the time of the shooting, but did not get a clear view of the events.
I didn't notice that Denise had the gun in a bag. I don't know what happened. I didn't see the girl come from behind. As I was telling them to calm down, then I saw her hand stretched out. But I only saw a small black thing. It was a very small gun. And I saw her move like this, and then that was it. The shot went off. I only saw my son look up, sway, and fall.
Guzman told police she aimed for Hernandez's arm, but the bullet passed through and fatally struck his torso. With no evidence to contradict her account, the DPP's office ultimately decided to withdraw the charges. Also speaking publicly for the first time following the incident is Dalia Vellos, who claims that while his death was not anticipated, it was an end to a long history of domestic violence in the relationship. In October, Belize stood in solidarity with victims of domestic violence, a message that gained even more support after the tragic death of Angelita Magana and her 2 children, who were burned to death in a fire set by Magana's former common-law husband. Shortly after, 35-year-old Dalia Flowers became Belize's 10th female murder victim this year, after she was brutally beaten and slashed to death in her own home. Now Vellos is taking a stand against the normalization of violence against women. Her statement reads, "People say we got away with it. What they don't see is what I lost long before that morning. My peace, my safety, my sense of self. The world calls us murderers, but they weren't there when his rage filled the room, when every bruise became a silent plea for help that no one heard. I was tormented, trapped in a cycle I didn't create. But still, I never wanted any of this to happen. Not the pain, not the fear, and certainly not his death. We walk free, but freedom feels heavier than the chains I once wore." Nowadays, you have to be dead to be the victim. Many times, it's pointless to speak out in a world that is quick to point fingers, and most of the times, they don't have any idea of what actually happened. I'm not here to throw dirt on a person who is no longer here, but it seems so unfair to see so much negativity and false accusations towards my niece, who only reacted in a moment of fear and panic. It was never planned. It was survival." End quote. At the time of the incident, police were not made aware of these claims.
Is there a case for self-defense?
The matter will be dealt with by the DPP. They are saying that there was a domestic dispute and he assaulted him.
Does police know if there's a history of domestic incident?
We do not know at this time now.
One moment caught on camera drew sharp criticism and speculation when Dalia Vellos handed Guzman the gun. For many, it looked like a clear sign of intent, but Vellos insists that the footage has been misinterpreted and the real story is more complex than it seems. She writes, quote, "That morning I called police for assistance before any of this happened, but they didn't arrive. That was the moment he said, 'By the time police arrive, you will already be dead.' Yes, my niece handed me my firearm, and as you can see, I never aimed it at him. I never had any intentions of shooting him, and I handed it to my niece so he wouldn't get a hold of it, since he said he would shoot me with my own gun. The strength of a man will always be more than of a woman, and a man does not necessarily need a weapon to hurt or kill you. That day, I did everything possible to save his life. I rushed him to the hospital myself, praying all the way that he would live, since police were taking too long to arrive. I never wanted him to lose his life." End quote. Vellos also presented screenshots of threatening messages she claims were exchanged between her and Hernandez, including texts that read, "I'll wait here. You'll see what I mean when I say I'm coming for blood," and "One way or another, your life is over tonight." She's now calling on Belize to take a firm stand against domestic violence and create a safer future for survivors. Britney Gordon for News 5.